the best tuna burger you're ever gonna have.
Yeah, I'm actually Japanese, so it's so good.
I feel like he upped that for the audience just because he knew that I might take the burger off him.
Well, it's good.
Whoa! Whoa! Crispy batter, moist tuna. Okay, this is my all-time killer favourite tuna burger. It was inspired from my recent trip in Canada where I went to a brilliant restaurant called Shed in Tofino, and they serve up this great burger. So this is my version of that, and it starts with the tuna. Now this is sustainable, hand-line caught tuna, and I'm gonna cut that into steaks, and then I'm gonna make a great tempura batter to go with it. I'm gonna garnish it with some finely sliced nori, and then I'm going to very quickly pickle some jalapenos. Then I'm gonna make a wasabi on ponzu mayonnaise, so good. I'm gonna make a Szechuan chutney, trust me. Take a pinch of Szechuan peppercorns and put those into a pestle and mortar, and then grind them down until they're fine. Now, take a good handful of uncooked peeled peanuts and bash those down. You want those nice and chunky. Then peel some Asian shallots, roughly chop them, drop those in and give them a little pounding. And then add those ingredients to a bowl and add in 4 or 5 tablespoons of sweet chili dipping sauce. Now take your lime and zest half of it and then squeeze the juice in. Okay, that's done. Now let's make the mayo. Okay, now this is a super quick mayo. It's super simple, but it's so delicious. So 100 grams of mayonnaise, then you want to put a teaspoon of wasabi in there, nice big fat one. And then you want a teaspoon of ponzu. Just pour that in and incorporate all those ingredients. The last thing I did is I sliced the jalapenos up. I just poured over some Chinese vinegar and left them there for 10 minutes. They've got a real kick, but that's exactly what I want. So, jalapenos, done. Then we've got the mayo. That is just delicious. You've got the wasabi, which is this beautiful heat, but then it's got this ponzu, which is citrus, and it's got some depth and umami in there. In the mayonnaise, like that's just crack and addictive. And then you've got our Szechuan chutney. Again, that's sweet, but it's got the peanuts in there and it's got the zest from the lime. All this is gonna work so well with the tuna. Now, obviously we're making fresh. You don't want tinned, it's not gonna work at all. Tinned is horribly dry. This is going to be absolutely sumptuous. So what's important is that we cut down across the grain to cut the steaks out along. So I'm gonna cut 2 or 3 steaks out of this, and then I'm gonna make the tempura batter, and we do that very last thing. Right, I'm gonna set that aside and crack on with the batter. It's important that you do it last thing because it's going to lose its quality if you leave it sitting on the side. It starts with 150 grams of plain flour and then add 100 grams of rice flour. Now, a teaspoon of baking powder goes in. And then this is the vital important ingredient. You want refrigerated, ice cold, sparkling mineral water or soda water. We're gonna add that in, and because it's cold and it's got bubbles, the bubbles are gonna lift up the batter so it's fluffy, and the ice coldness, when it hits that hot oil, it's going to make it super crisp. Now it's important to add it in stages, don't add it all at once. You might add too much and you need to get the right consistency. So just keep whisking it in, and you want it to have the thickness of paint so it can coat the tuna. And don't over whisk it. You don't want to beat all that air that you've put in out. Right, let's set that aside and let's get it ready for the tuna. Now I'm going to season the tuna lightly, so just some nice sea salt. Then I'm going to use some Japanese pepper. Now if you can't get a hold of that, then just use some white pepper, not the freshly cracked, that's a bit too aggressive for this. Then take one edge of your tuna, introduce it into your tempura batter, and then just bring it up and let it drain. And then the moment it starts dripping is when you've got enough batter on the tuna, and then we're going to introduce it into the oil. Okay, tuna's done. It looks absolutely sumptuous. Let's build this burger. So I've toasted my brioche buns. Let's drop those guys down. And now I'm going to take some of my wasabi ponzu mayo. I'm just going to drop that down on the base. Then we're going to pick up our tuna. Next up is our Szechuan pepper chutney. Then get your nori seaweed, and that's just going on the top. And then you need a little bit more mayo for the top. And on you go. Right, two guests, cover your ears. You have to cover your ears. $7.50. Okay, right, I'm the food busker. I cook on the streets. People try my food and then they tell me what they think it's worth. This is a tempura tuna burger. Okay, so you're pricing the whole thing as if it was a full burger, and it's garnished with like just some nori seaweed. So we're going to concentrate with you to start with. Good?
Yeah, it's good.
Tasty?
Yeah, I'm actually Japanese, it's good.
Oh shit, okay, it's good, it's good. Tasty?
Yeah, it is tasty.
Yeah? What would you pay for a full one?
Good question.
Japanese prices, definitely.
Yeah, 14.
£14, brother, you can come for dinner any time. What's it saying to you?
It's good, yeah, I like it.
Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah, I like the seaweed, I like the crispy tempura stuff, like you were saying, but
Okay.
not sure what I'd pay 14 though.
Okay,
It's
okay.
good.
Now, tell me, my brother, because I can take that burger off you at any point, what would you pay for a full one?
£12?
£12. I feel like he upped that for the audience, just because he knew that I might take the burger off.
Oh, it's because...
Whoa! Whoa!
£6.
No, cameraman, be quiet, please. Thank you for being on Food Busker. Increase the piece. Please cook that. You'll be so impressed with how moist the tuna is that it will make you think again about tuna. Now, 2-0. Come on, brothers and sisters. Back of the net. Food Busker is back, baby. Now, if you want more recipes like this, then hit the bell notification, because then that means that whenever a new recipe comes out, you'll get a notification. And I did say notification 3 times in that sentence. Subscribe to the channel, increase the piece, spread the love. See you later, yeah?